People often ask how I record my videos or even where I record them. And before, I've done setup tours of where I've lived and the different setups that I've had, but not a lot has changed over the years, so I never really did an updated one till now. So I'm not going to show you my whole house because I've done that in the past, but I was only renting places at that point, and then people found out where I lived, and then people came over to the house and everything. But I'm not going to show you my house now because it's my own personal, private thing that I want to keep for myself and not have people show up at my doorstep anymore. But I can show you my recording room and my recording setup and what everything that's involved in goes in here. What am I saying? Of course, first things first, you see the whiteboard. It says meme on it right now. I haven't changed it in a really long time. But I also wanted to show you what's on the outside of my door before you enter. Because I have a little placard that says, The Office. Because this is my office where I record. But it's the logo for the Office show because I'm a huge fan of it. This is the camera that I use. It's a Sony a7R II. I know a lot of people have been asking about this camera and the quality of it, and it's really, really nice quality. It's a fantastic camera. Sometimes, back in the day when I got it, it's kind of overkill for Let's Plays, but I mean, the quality speaks for itself whenever you see the footage. My background is not great for it because it's kind of just a plain background. If I had more like lights going on in the background, the depth of field would be super nice. Maybe I'll do that at some point, but it's a Sony a7R II. And it's using the Sony Zeiss 1.8 55 millimeter lens. So any of you who want to know that kind of stuff, this is the camera that I'm using. It's absolutely phenomenal. The thing about this lens though, is that it's a square like crop zoom lens. This lens is a wide angle, so everything comes in from the outside and you can see super far and I can stretch and everything. But the lens on this other camera is basically like this. If I had that camera here in front of me now, it would be like this. It would be super zoomed in, but at enough distance back, it looks really, really nice. I've had other lenses on the camera and they look great, but I like the closeness of it because it's just on my face and I don't want to distract from what I'm recording. And then the monitors are just kind of sitting on a floating mount back here, this mount right here, so they don't actually have stands underneath them, which gives a lot of clearance and a lot of stuff can fit under them, which I really like. And then the camera is just sitting on like a solid arm that's on the back there. I want a different arm though. I don't really like this one because whenever I shake the table, like the whole camera shakes. But it's nice because everything is attached to the table then whenever I want to do standing content. So you've seen me do this before. I have a standing desk, which I absolutely love. I don't use it for every single bit of content because I don't need to, and I like sitting down every now and then. Standing all the time is not that nice. But it comes with this little dial here that you can dial in whatever height you want. So I set it to the height that I wanted the first time I got it and haven't really changed it since. So it just remembers it and then you just press the button and then everything goes up. And now I have a standy boy. So I can just sit here or stand here and do some content. So I like doing the standing stuff for like something that's not really gaming, because I like being able to like bounce around the place. I like being energetic. Standing up and doing content gives you a different atmosphere, a different vibe, a different energy. And I like going back and forth to the whiteboard and things like that. So some of the shorter style, faster paced, higher edited kind of things, I like that. I like the jumpiness that's in it. And I like standing up and recording stuff, and it gives me a lot more room to like, I don't know, be animated and be energetic, which I really like. But the thing I like about this setup is that everything is attached to the desk. So as soon as I hit the thing to go up, everything goes up together at the same time. So now everything is at the same height. I just set it once, and then no matter how much I up and down the desk, it's always going to stay the same. So I really like that about this. Everything is super efficient and just in the right place whenever I need it. I remember when I used to play drums. Drums have a lot of like locking mechanisms in them so that when you have it set up the way you want, you can put all these things in place. And then every time you tear down your drums and put them back up again, they're always in the same place. So that's what I kind of wanted to go for with this setup. And everything, lights, camera, action, monitors, everything is all attached to the same system, so it just all stays in the one place all together. This down here is just a transformer that changes voltages from different countries. So because this mixing console that I just got is American, I needed something to convert the voltage and make sure that everything was safe and sound. But it's just a nice thing to have if I ever need that. This, of course, is the pièce de résistance, where all the magic happens, where all the beauty gets made. And this PC was sent to me by Origin. They hooked it up for me and built it, custom built, just for me. So here's a little something I prepared earlier. Roll it! I keep missing. So I've been using this PC for a little bit. Don't let the size fool you. It's not that big, but inside it is powerful. This is the strongest PC that I have ever used in all my years of YouTubing. It's the smallest one and the strongest one that I've ever used. Because of all the components that are in it, it's a monster. As you can see, it has a PMA logo at the bottom. It has both PMA logos because I really like that. They wanted to put like septic eyes on it. I was like, that would look cool, but I like the sleekness and I like the minimalism of the PMA logo, and I like the black on white, so I decided to go with that instead. So, what's in the computer? So the first thing you can see is the EVGA GeForce RTX 2080 Ti, which is the strongest graphics card on the entire planet right now. It is an absolute monster. I love computers. I love making computers. I love putting computers together myself and figuring out the strongest components and how they all work together and everything. This graphics card is absolutely nuts. And I don't say that lightly. I've used a lot of graphics cards in the past. I started off with a 560 Ti. I've had some of the 900 series cards. I've had a 1080 Ti. This thing blows everything out of the water. And the reason that I wanted a 2080 Ti in my system is because I play a lot of different games. So I play a lot of high-end games, I play a lot of indie games, I play a lot of games in between, and I needed something that was able to handle everything really, really well, basically flawlessly. I can play the highest graphical games right now at like 120 to 144 FPS, which is what my monitors are synced to. And it just breezes through all of them. But not only that, but I do a lot of recording as well and a lot of streaming. So the 2080 Ti, because it's an NVIDIA card, I can use the NVIDIA encoder that comes with OBS that has insane efficiency when it comes to frame rate. So a lot of recording softwares out there kind of take like a chunk of frames off your games when you're trying to record them and make them super sloppy. But the 2080 Ti, as well as the NVIDIA encoder, don't slow anything down at all. So whenever I hit record, and I use NVIDIA Shadowplay to record regular Let's Plays. So between the both of them, I needed an NVIDIA card for that. And I also wanted something that was super strong and wouldn't slow down anything. So this card, every time I start recording, doesn't slow down a single thing. It's just flawless all the time. It's so smooth. I barely even notice when I'm recording versus when I'm not recording. It's crazy. So I really needed a really strong graphics card like that, and I'm really glad that I was able to get this one in this system. Also, can we just appreciate my cable management here for a second? Look how nice that is. There's like 15 cables coming down out of this. I need to do something about the plugs though. I don't like that they're just sitting there. But none of the plug boxes that hide all the connections are able to fit this entire extender. But this is really nice. And then when I lowered the desk, everything's just all connected and everything's nice and dandy. It's so nice and clean. But I think I covered everything. I think I went over the majority of stuff. I'm sure I've missed something somewhere, and I regret not doing it. Oh, I have forgotten something. So whenever I record VR stuff, I don't use this mic because I move around a lot and this mic is just going to be pointed at me in the room and it's going to miss out on a lot of dialogue or whatever. But I use this, which is a Shure BLX4R, which is just a lot of fancy numbers to basically say it's a lavalier mic. It's a lav mic and it comes with its own wireless pack that you can see right here. So a lot of you have probably seen these when it comes to live shows or it comes to any sort of broadcast thing. This pack just picks up the signal from that box that I just showed you and then sends the signal to my computer, and then I can use this as my microphone. So this just attaches to my lapel or my collar here, and then you can hear me no matter where I turn, because VR is a lot of like back and forth and moving around. So you need a mic that you can actually be able to hear things with. It's not as good as a regular like fixed condenser or dynamic mic, because it's smaller and it just isn't sending the same sort of signal strength. But for VR content, it's really, really good. And having a lav mic really just improves the quality. So any of you who are doing VR content, I highly suggest using a lav mic. Sometimes I think about using it even just for regular like standing content, because I go back and forth a lot. But I also kind of like that when I go back here, the mic kind of loses me. I don't know, it adds a fun element to the video and a fun bit of like, again, dynamics. It keeps stuff like flowing up and down. If it's just at one level all the time, even if that level is high or low, it just gets boring. So I like the up and down of everything. So if you want top tier, high quality mediocrity, you've come to the right place. And other than just all the hardware bits and everything, I just use like Photoshop, Adobe Audition for my mic, and then Premiere to edit. So nothing crazy on the software front. Again, this is all stuff that most YouTubers have. The setup I have is not incredibly unique. And most YouTubers or streamers have a similar setup with like 2 monitors, camera, 2 lights, 1 light even. Like it doesn't take a whole lot to be able to do this. But what I also want to reiterate and say to people now is that you don't need all of this stuff to do YouTube. If you want to do YouTube yourself and you're starting off and you're looking at other people's setups and you're looking at this video and you're thinking, okay, Sean has that and he records like this, so I need to get all these things. You don't need all of this stuff. The basics of what you need is a camera if you want to show your face. You don't even have to show your face. Some lighting to light up your face. Again, if you don't show your face, you don't even need a camera and lights. Which, again, just start off like that and then work your way up to a webcam if you want to. But a decent microphone to be able to record anything, and then just a computer that's able to handle whatever you're doing. And there's always free softwares to edit, record. You can use Audacity for your microphone to record. There's a bunch of options out there. So if you really want to do this kind of stuff, if you really want to do YouTube or stream at all, then just go for it. Figure out whatever you have. Whatever you have, use that. Even just using a phone these days, you can even live stream from your phone on YouTube and Twitch these days. So just do that, have fun, do whatever you want. You don't need super high-end, super expensive equipment to be able to do this at all. I just try to go for the best because I want to make the best content that I have and also future-proof myself. So I don't want to constantly have to change around computer parts. I want a computer that's going to last me the next 5 years, if not more, and a microphone that I'm not going to have to change, some quality equipment that I'm not going to have to move around, a camera that's really high quality, not only for my face, for my webcam, but also whenever I want to do anything else like higher budget or any sort of live action content or stuff that's not just sitting here at a computer, then it works out really well, or any sort of vlogs or anything like that. The camera that I'm recording this on is a Canon G7X, so small little camera, but the quality of it for the price and the size of it is really, really good. And other than that, that's it. I eat porridge in the mornings. I have regular bowel movements. Ow! But that's it. That's my setup. If you guys want to know anything more or anything that I've missed or anything like that, you can probably just ask me in the comments and I'll try and answer them whenever I can, or on Twitter or anything. But again, nothing super special, nothing super crazy. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it, and I hope that you have a good day. Okay, bye.